The lights are on in Provo tonight as number 12 BYU welcomes FCS West, aka Utah Tech, for a late-night showdown under mostly cloudy skies and a comfortable summer evening. The Cougars are coming off an outstanding 12-2 season in 2025, capped by a Pop-Tarts Bowl victory over Georgia Tech, and expectations are high once again. BYU boasts a remarkable 10 players on the preseason first-team All-Big 12 team, including senior center Bruce Mitchell and senior running back L.J. Martin. Martin gives the Cougars a powerful presence in the backfield, while Mitchell anchors an experienced offensive line. Utah Tech/FCS West will be looking to make this a competitive battle and spoil the atmosphere in Provo, but BYU has the talent and home field advantage to set the tone early. The Cougars have their sights set on another run at the top of the Big 12, and tonight is the first opportunity to show what they're capable of. Under the lights at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, BYU is ready to get rolling. It's FCS West/Utah Tech taking on the 12th ranked BYU Cougars coming up next.
Picturesque Provo, Utah, Lavelle Edwards Stadium. A Week 1 showdown with both teams hoping to start their season off on a high note. It's the River Toads and the BYU Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
One of the most beautiful backdrops in all of college sports. Lavelle Edwards Stadium with the mountains shining behind it. Many say it is one of the most beautiful fields you'll ever play on. 63,000 strong, the Cougars have proven to be one of the best home crowds. Their spirit and their noise makes it a tough place to play at elevation. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. So the BYU Cougars kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Now the River Toads offense will start this game off with the football. And now the junior transfer wide receiver. This guy will sneak around, not always in the spotlight, but he is somebody you have to deal with. First play of this drive. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass on second down. Rush is on. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. On third and long, he has to throw for it. But a little time, lets it go. It's complete to the right. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. The River Toads come to the line with a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. That's caught. It's Clark. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down. And now the River Toads will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. The Cougars offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. A big challenge in this matchup is for the linebackers to be able to hold their ground, something they haven't always been successful at doing. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Out wide right, it's Lions. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Cougar. He shed tackles right and left and housed it. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, he races some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Trailing 7-0 as they try to get this offense humming. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense all over him. They'll need a bunch on second down. He wants to throw it. He's got it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Churns into the pile. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Drops back on first down. Here comes the heat. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Fresh center downs going to the air. Reels it in.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Second down, gonna throw it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
The River Toads line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Right side, it's Casper. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They'll move the wide receiver. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Second and long here. The play fake. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. This BYU offense set up with another first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the big fella. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. He now has 85 yards on the ground in the first quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. Wants to throw on first. Setting up the screen. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Sells to fake. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Cougars come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Driving forward, it's Martin. Might have a chance. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge in. Touchdown, Cougars. And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's an 80-yard drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Back's got it on the screen. Makes a man miss. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Turns it upfield. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. And now the River Toads will line up to punt it away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Finds his big tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's changing the play. Quick give. It's Martin. Makes his man miss. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass. It's Bachmeier. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. There he goes. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame, where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Drops back on first down. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. The River Toads moving quickly to the line. Trying to establish the run. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. A 1st and 10 for this offense. A designed run for the quarterback. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Caught. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And now the River Toads come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. Long way to go on 2nd down. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. Rush right in his face. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The River Toads decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Keeps it moving. It's Martin. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Back's got it on the screen. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. 3rd and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Just left that ball well short. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not gonna settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. In the backfield, it's Clark. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And now the River Toads will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 5th kick of the night. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Sends it downfield. He's got it way down the field. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And this offense just keeps putting it together, man. Like, they have not been stopped very often. Another play in the passing game. This defense, they've got to find something, and they've got to find it fast. Like, halftime is a little ways away. They got to make some adjustments right now.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. On play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Martin. Looks as if BYU will have a first down. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Gets the back moving. Fresh setter downs going to the air. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Pulls it in. It's Casper. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Fresh set of downs going up top. Firing to the right, complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. They're all over him. Touchdown, BYU! He got it, beat down in bounds.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He uncorks one deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Bears sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now back to your game in Provo. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive.
And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll try to do it himself. Turning it on! Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. Wants to throw on first. Oh, pressure's coming. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Martin. Only able to pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. They'll run the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Punt is on its way. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Look out! They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under pressure.
And how impressed are you right now at this defensive line here early in the 2nd half? They are getting a tremendous pass rush up front. It doesn't matter what you do in the back end, coverage-wise, blitz-wise. If those dudes up front win the one-on-ones, for any offense, it's going to be an issue. Now, David, they've got this offense backed right up against the wall.
Man, they got them backed up right where they want them. A big opportunity not only to get points for their offense in the future, but maybe get points on their defense, right? When you back them up right here, how aggressive do you...
Here they come, and it's blocked. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. On his way back from the 20. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Moving the pocket, it's Bachmeier. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Not a lot of room to make this catch. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Can't hold on in the face of the contact. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. after the incompletion. Back to the passing game. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They've got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Hauls it in. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. The River Toads will try to pin them back with the punt. Now, don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. On the return. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. In traffic, it's Bachmeier. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. Fresh center downs going to the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. 2nd and long here. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quickly to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. BYU has this offense clicking. He'll do it himself. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Running inside, it's Martin. Plows through the defense. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. Gonna run it. It's Martin. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Running the red zone. It's Martin. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. On 1st and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. They'll try the counter. All over him immediately. 3rd and goal for the offense. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Absolutely perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Still looking, trying to make magic with his feet.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You gotta love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the River Toads send out the punt unit. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Not a lot of room to field this one. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Caught behind the line. It's Martin. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. And the Cougars have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The run inside. It's Martin. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Out wide right, it's Casper. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Came up just inches short on first down. Now just a few links to go here on 2nd. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Makes a man miss. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Makes the grab on the left. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Martin. Crosses the 10. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. BYU lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, BYU!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Brings a return out across the 20.
All right, at 40-0, 4:26 left to go. I think we can get the backups in there, get them some reps, protect the starters from some injuries.
.27-yard line. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. First play of this drive. Working that wide receiver screen. Pulled to the ground. And that last one might have helped the completion percentage, but it didn't go forward. 2nd and 10 here. Wants to pass. Got a man. It's Clark. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Rush is on. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Long way to go on second down. Looking to throw again. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. And the timing just a hair off. The River Toads will punt this one away. Now don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. And the punt will hit at the one, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Right back to it. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. He'll try to get to the marker himself. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. From the gun. Makes one man miss. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They'll give it to him again. Jukes his way for more. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And that's good enough for first down.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So number 12, BYU absolutely dominates 38-0, winning over FCS West / Utah Tech. It was only 28-0 going into the 4th quarter, but still a comfortable win. Taking a look at the team stats here, BYU had the edge in first downs 21-8, total offense 444-88, not even 100 yards of total offense for FCS West. Rushing yards, BYU had the edge 191 to -13, and of course sacks come into play there. And then passing yards 253 to 101, third down conversion percentage 58% to 18%. Neither team had a turnover. In the time of possession battle, BYU won that by about 10 minutes. Looking at the player stats, for BYU, Bear Bachmeier finishes 24 of 30 for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. For FCS West, Rob McShell finishes 13 of 28 for 101 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Leading rusher for FCS West was Johnson Jensen, 6 carries for 34 yards for him. For BYU, they were led by L.J. Martin, 20 carries for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Of course, he had a 78-yard touchdown, which helped that yard per carry average. Leading receiver for BYU, I guess we'll give it to Kyler Casper, 6 catches for 75 yards, though Tiger Bachmeier, Bear's brother, had 2 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown, including a 56-yard touchdown. JoJo Phillips also had a receiving touchdown for the Cougars. For FCS West, they were led by Tuffy Clark, 5 catches for 38 yards for him. Leading blocker for FCS West, 4-way tie with 1 pancake each. For BYU, they were led by Bruce Mitchell with 10 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Cougars, they were led in total tackles by Siale Acera with 7. Tackles for loss, Acera tied with Ace Kaufusi, each had 2 there for the team lead. The sacks, a bunch of different guys had 1 sack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys had 1 sack to tie for the team lead for BYU, and no interceptions. For FCS West, no interceptions. Bryson Aldridge had the only sack. Trace Blanton led the team in tackles for loss with 3, and Mac Evans III led the team in total tackles with 17. Kicking stats for FCS West, no kicks attempted whatsoever. For BYU, Chip Stewart made his only field goal attempt from 25 yards out. He was also 5 of 5 on extra point attempts. Punting for BYU, Nick Orr had 4 punts for an average of 52 yards per punt. For FCS West, Cam Beacons had 9 punts for an average of 43.3 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS West, Braxton Brothers had 5 returns for an average of 16.2 yards per return, and Cliff McMichael had 1 return for 17 yards. For BYU, Luke Heller had 2 returns for an average of 15.5 yards per return. Punt returns for BYU, Luke Heller had 3 returns for an average of 3.3 yards per return, and FCS West Griffin Mathers had 2 returns for an average of 8.5 yards per return. Looking at the scoring summary, in the first quarter, BYU scored first on a 78-yard touchdown run from L.J. Martin, followed that up with a 4-yard touchdown run by Sione Moa, and the Cougars led 14-0 after 1. In the second quarter, BYU scores on a 56-yard touchdown pass from Bear Bachmeier to his brother Tiger Bachmeier, and then right after that, Bachmeier finds JoJo Phillips from 9 yards out to take a 28-0 lead at halftime. No scoring in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, BYU gets a 25-yard field goal from Chip Stewart and then a 3-yard touchdown run from L.J. Martin. That gives you your final score of BYU, number 12, BYU 38, FCS West 0. And we will head to the headline of the game. I believe there was a 2-point conversion in there that I missed also. Headline from the game shows defensive dominance. BYU's defense overwhelms, frustrates FCS West in shutout victory. Highlighted players are Tuffy Clark for FCS West and LJ Martin for BYU. You can see BYU, much higher rated team. And here is the Cougars' schedule. They take on the Arizona Wildcats in a Big 12 conference matchup next week. That'll be an interesting game. But the next week 1 game coming your way as we wind down the Saturday night games. Only 2 more left before we move on to a couple Sunday games, and then we're done with week 1. FCS West at San Diego State will be the next game. But until then, from Provo, Utah, the 12th ranked BYU Cougars get the big 40-0 win over FCS West / Utah Tech, and we will see you next time.